So another way to fully optimize your GMB is through the Q&A section, which is this one down here, where you can ask questions. And this also works great to optimize your website for your niche and to become an authority in your niche. But how can you actually optimize your GMB for this section, for the Q&A section? Our goal here is to have a bunch of questions here with our keyword in them, as well as answers to those same questions, actually answering the question, again, optimized for our keywords and for our niche. But now you ask, how do we find these questions? There's two ways. So the first one is through searching on Google, and the second one is through Quora. Let's go over the first one first. So let's say you own a plumbing business. We can do, for example, plumber's most used tools, or something like that. You have to think about what makes more sense for your business and some questions your customers ask you often. So as you can see, the first thing we do is go to this section that says people also ask. And what you want to do is take questions from here. What plumbers carry? What tools does a beginner plumber need? So these are all valid questions that can be on your GMB listing. So for example, someone might be interested in the tools that you use for your work. And that might be for a number of reasons, but that doesn't really matter. So this is the first way you can get some ideas for Q&As. And we'll of course be talking about how, after you found these, how to get some answers. Because of course, you're not just gonna copy all the question, copy the answer and paste them on your GMB. You're not gonna wanna do that. So I'll teach you that in a second. This is the first way, again, to find some cool questions. The other one is through Quora. Say we have a dental clinic and we wanna put some braces on. I don't know if you're aware, but there's something called Invisalign, which is some sort of invisible braces. Let's search for that, because there's always a bunch of questions regarding that. So how much does Invisalign cost? Do I really need Invisalign? What is the cost? Cost. Does it hurt? What are the advantages of the product? The cost again. What's the cheapest type? What are the pros and cons? So if you're creative, you'll find a bunch of Q&As that actually are valuable. So a bunch of questions, that actually are valuable. So now, what's the next step? You have a bunch of them right here, like literally infinite ones. What you do is you get an extension for Chrome. It's called Simple Scraper, which basically will scrape all of these from Quora. You just go here, get the extension working, scrape this website, and you do add property. Let's do question. Let's use this one right here. Okay, and let's do then answer, which is this right here. Which is this right here. Okay, bam. Then you click view results. And this will give you a long list of the questions and answers. As you can see, 5 pages full of Q&As. Now, again, you're not going to want to copy the answer and the question and paste them in your GMB. You're not going to want to do that. So what you do is use a tool like Jasper, which is basically a tool that allows you to create AI-based content. This one's paid. If you want to pay for it, this one's a bit better. But there's also free ones. For example, this one, rytr.me. And what you do is you go here, create an account, totally free. And then once you're in, you can choose the type of use case you want the AI to generate a text for. You can select the tone. Let's do casual, and then let's do Q&A. Then you go to the scraped info and you grab, say for example, this right here, and you paste it here, and you go right from it. So after you paste on here the answer to the question you found, so this is the answer to this question, is Invisalign really better than braces? What this tool also does is it generates other questions that would provide that same answer. But that's not really what you're interested in. What you're interested in is generating different answers, because the questions you already have. The questions you can just copy them and put them in your GMB. What you don't want to copy are the answers. So what you do is, say for example, click this one right here, and then go to paragraph. And this will generate a complete AI uniquely generated answer for you. This is exactly how you can get unique questions and answers to populate your GMB. And you can, of course, literally copy and paste this, but if you want to go that extra step, you can keyword optimize them. For instance, here your keyword would be Invisalign, which is already present in the question and the answer. But say for example, your keyword wasn't that prevalent in both the question and the answer, you could go out and edit this for yourself to make it a bit more keyword optimized. And this is exactly how you'd make your GMB listing stronger amongst your competition. This is how you'd make your GMB listing more authoritative and thus making it rank higher in the search. And I can assure you that many of your competitors aren't doing this. Many of your competitors aren't even filling the Q&A section on their GMB. So if you're doing this and going that extra step, you'll be ahead of them in no time. Then of course, what you do is you go back to your GMB listing and go to the Q&A section and click on Ask a Question. And you log in with one of your accounts, ask the question, post it, and then log in with another Google account and answer that question. Because of course, the person that posts the question most of the time won't answer it. Or, I mean, you could do that a couple of times, but it doesn't look right. So just make sure you publish the questions. You can publish all of them with your one account. You can publish like the 10 questions with 1 or 2 accounts. That doesn't really matter. What matters is that the people answering the questions are actually different than the ones that ask the questions. And you will want to do 5 to 10. So you want to populate your GMB with 5 to 10 Q&As. And ideally, you'd want to add a couple of them, like 2 or 3 a week. So 2 or 3 new questions and answers to your GMB. But standard, you want to have at least 5 to 10 pre-populated Q&As on your GMB. Adding new ones on a weekly basis is just another plus. So with all of this, you're just wanting to show Google that your GMB listing is active and helping clients. And Google will reward you for this. And of course, you can use this to populate the FAQ section on your site. This will give you your site extra relevancy on your niche, and your business will eventually become the authority in your niche. So you can take these Q&As and populate the FAQ section on your website. And that's it. That's how you'd work to make your GMB listing fully optimized for the Q&A section.